Hey guys, and welcome to this Legion Tower Defense 2 How to Pick Your Roll Guide for Beginners. I have 6 points how you can improve to reroll and roll your first time if you're starting off with Mastermind. This guide is especially for players in lower elos and that are just starting with playing Mastermind in Ranked. So I would assume it's helpful for everybody in the range of up to gold level, so up to 1.5k, around this I would say. And after this it's getting a bit more complex, because I would suggest at first you're only looking at the basics, which I'm going to explain right now, and then you can just go for more detailed role selection. There will be an extra video of picking a role a bit more for higher players in a few days as well. Tip is learn all the units of the legions themselves. So go into classic games, play all legions, there are 7 at the moment, play versus the AI and stuff like this. Learn when units are good, when you can break them, and how to position them. If you've done so, you can go in Mastermind and try to fit your role in. Alright, we're in the game now. And let's get rid of all of them. Second tip is always take your tier 1 with you. In this example, I might take the bus. So why do you always take a tier 1 with you? There are 2 reasons. At first, you want to use them as spare units if you just got some little gold left because you were pushing some or leaking some and you still want to build some little units. Tier 1s are the perfect fit in. They're just cheap units that are not too underrated, and you can just place a few every wave if you have spare gold left. Second reason why tier 1s are good is splitting. Splitting makes you hold with lower value, gives you more time and a higher chance to hold your wave at all. If you're not familiar with splitting, I've done a video guide about this topic as well. It's linked down in the video description. Check it out, it's very helpful. Third tip is try to cover waves 1 to 12. So now you make sure that you can cover with these units you got in your role, you can cover waves 1 to 12. Let's do this real quick. So I already have a tier 1. Now I want to have a good opener. For example, I'm going for the Aqua Spirit. This is very good 1 to 4 and again on 7 and 8. So I got these waves covered already with the Aqua combo. So I'm kind of bad on 5 and 6 though. So I might want to take the Wanderer, which has a good armor type on wave 5 and a good attack type on wave 6. On top of that, I might want to take a Growl as another tank and also for the ability to shift some gold in later waves. Then I might want to take some more magic damage because I don't have magic damage at all now, for example for 11, so I have Lord of Death here. And the next thing I want to do is you always want to have an arcane unit. I know Aqua Spirit is already arcane, but since it has some range it is way more difficult to place, so I would like to take a melee arcane unit as well, so let's take the Sandbatcher here. We already see we only have these 2 units, which are the cheapest units, as pierce damage, but if we mass some of them, this should be fine. So this is now our role selection, and we should be pretty fine from waves 1 to 12. Let's pick it then. Oh wait, let's keep it for one more point, and I've written down, and this is don't take auras. For example, now we have the APS aura without units that fit to the aura. For example, with APS you want to do pyros or masks, or with Butcher you want to do Nightmare or other big DPS units, for example Firelord or Kingpins. But do not take the APS only because it's an aura if you have no units that fit with it. That's point number 4. Now we can take this. The next point number 5, is care for different ranges. For example, what I just said with the Aqua Spirit, this will be my main start. But now we can see it is not melee, it is a ranged unit. So as soon as I place, for example, another unit next to it, it will always happen that this unit here, which has no range, dies first, because the Aqua Spirit will stay a bit away from a wave. This dies first, and after that the Aqua Spirit might die. That is why arcane units with range like Aqua Spirit, Asteria and Millennium are really hard to position. Make sure to keep an eye on that, and yeah, track this with how you want to position things and how this is fitting with the rest of your role. For example, with an Aqua Spirit, it's just best to build the units in the early game a bit behind it, so that the Aqua Spirit is tanking a bit and the unit is tanking a bit. That's point number 5. And now we come to our last point, is when should I use my reroll? Since we did try to cover waves 1 to 12 with our initial roll, which should have been possible, in most cases it is possible, you should be pretty good in these waves, so I would recommend to take the reroll then. So at waves between 10 and 12, where you already know when the next big send is coming, you can take your reroll and try to change some units. For example, now we could, for example, change the Lord of Death for Fire Lord, because I like the Fire Lord more than the Lord of Death in that concept, because it's more melee as well, and so it's able to tank a bit for the other units. And we could also use anything. We could also take this one maybe for a Growl. Not sure about this though, but I would definitely change these 2 units in this situation. So take a reroll between 10 and 12 maybe, to make sure to optimize your roll even more. In the end, you want to take a unit, a cheap unit, a tier 1 unit, and a unit of more or less every kind, so of almost every attack type. For example, we have your Pierce, Impact, Magic damage, and of every defensive type, so we have Fortified, Natural, and Arcane defensive type. To sum everything up, we're going through 6 points again. So at first, try to learn all Legion and the units within the Legions. Point number 2, always take a tier 1 unit with you, for example Boss or Bone Warrior. Point 3, try to cover waves 1 to 12 around this with your initial roll. Really important point, don't take auras without fitting units, because you just pay a lot of gold for the aura unit, which you don't use then. Point number 5, care of differences in range, and take a reroll at around 10 to 12. And I would ever recommend to take the reroll, even if your roll is perfectly fine, because you just might have the chance to get another aura unit that can buff your build extremely, or anything that could help you to be even better than you actually are already. So I hope you learned a lot with this. The guide for more experienced players is coming soon. Leave your thoughts in the comments, and I hope you're lucky with this and can grind a bit in ranked.